The popular Millennium Park, located within Nigeria's city center, used to be filled with fun seekers, especially on a public holiday like this. News Central tried to catch up with fun lovers as they mark the Eid al-Adha celebration. However, only few were seen as they say the recent
This year's celebration seems different as it is the first for the new government. But unfortunately, it has come at a time that Nigerians are battling with soaring prices of goods and services following the removal of fuel subsidy. Despite this challenge being witnessed, many will see it as an opportunity to use the Eid-el-Adha celebration to pray for the prosperity of Nigeria.
Eid al-Adha for Muslim worshippers around the world signifies a time of sacrifice. The symbolic slaughtering of the ram signifies an unwavering devotion to Allah. Thus, the celebration is also known as the Feast of Sacrifice.
This slaughtering of ram and the hada it shows us the loving between each other with our neighbors, brothers, and sisters.
Many of them converged for the early morning prayers, family, friends, and loved ones. They took time to pray for Nigeria, thanking God for giving them the opportunity to witness another Salah celebration. Some of them called on Nigerians to promote unity, especially in diversity.
We're going to pray for ourselves. We're going to pray for our brothers. We're going to pray for our neighbors. We're going to pray for our leaders. And we're going to pray for our nation. That's the teach of Prophet Muhammad.
Today is a very special day for we Muslims. And we know all Muslims are in happiness. And alhamdulillah, we know this day is a special day for us. And we thank God for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that make it possible for us to witness the day.
My advice to my fellow Muslims and my fellow Christians is to remain calm and be peaceful, to be law-abiding citizens. That is to love ourselves as a nation, because we shouldn't show difference to ourselves.
Others express worry that politics has found its way into the nation's religious space.
Nowadays, we don't want to follow the politicians, but rather we follow the teachings of the religion. Or if they want to follow the politicians, they are just there for their own personal interests. But the religion is teach about the whole life itself and the hereafter.
The cleric encouraged all Muslim faithful to also share with the less privileged and those who cannot afford to buy the ram as part of their own celebration.
Already, Prophet Muhammad he slaughtered 2 rams. He said, this one is my and my families. And this one is for my people who will not get money to do that.
No matter how small you have, try and show love to your neighbor. That way, God will bless you more.
Marvellous Obomanu, reporting for News Central.
Many thanks, Marvellous. We still have one report for you, but just to have some perspective on the Eid-El-Kabir celebration, and thereafter we'll bring you that report. I'm being joined now by Muslim scholar Sheikh Abdurrahman Adangba. Thank you very much for giving us your time in Nigeria tonight. I hope it's proper to greet by saying Barka de Salah. Okay, now, this is one Muslim celebration that involves physical sacrifice. Tell us the real significance of the Eid-El-Kabir according to the Islamic faith. Okay, Sheikh, if you can remove your earpiece so you can actually hear me and we can hear you as well.
It's not
better. Did you get my question?
Yes, I get your question very well.
Perfect. Your audio is better. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not only for the Muslim Ummah alone. It's for everybody on the surface of the earth. You see, Abraham is the father of faith, and this sacrifice we are involved in today has to do with Abraham, his family, and the beginning of human existence on the surface of the earth. So that is why it is attached to pilgrimage for people going to Mecca, because the first time Adam and Eve, after being sent out of Eden, the Garden of Eden, met in Arafah. That Arafah was yesterday, and today being the day of sacrifice, the day of love, the day of coming together of everybody, the day of sharing, the day of being together for the city means a lot to everybody, not just to the Muslim community. But because we are not versatile in the books, and we don't even want to look out for how it affects everybody, that is why it is only the Muslims that are celebrating it.
Okay, that's one of the reasons we're talking to you. Because of the festivities that come with the events, the temptation, like you've highlighted, is there to lose sight of the real thing, which is the spiritual impact, and it is higher. What is your counsel to Muslims and non-Muslims alike on how to stay focused on what is more important than the eating and drinking?
Yeah, it is very good that you find out why you are celebrating. And if you know why you're celebrating, which is just because it has to do with spirituality on the life of Prophet Abraham and his first child Ismail, and it has to do with the descendants of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden, then after knowing that, we would all know that Muslims, Christians are but one. We don't have any disparity. We come from the same source, and we're going to end with the same thing, which is death. So we should indulge ourselves. We should be with ourselves. We should understand that tribalism, bigotry, religious sentiments is not what we need. We only need ourselves as humans, and we only have to be together. Today, as the Muslim slaughters the ram, yes, we have to divide it into three. If you slaughter only one, we have to divide the whole thing into three. One is for your family, one is for your neighbor, Muslim, Christians alike, and the third one is for those who are less privileged when it comes into financial ability. So when you distribute it that way, then it boils down to the fact that everyone will have a sense of belonging, and everyone will see the other one as his brother. So if we live in brotherhood, then it is only then we will have peace. It is only then we will have security. It is only then that we will have the selflessness ability of coexisting with one another. Exactly, this is what I want to tell everybody. Let's go back to our books. The Bible or the Gospel is there for the Christians to read, and the Quran is there for the Muslims to read. But every Muslim must indulge in reading the Bible and understanding what is in there, and the Christians who must understand what is in the Quran. When we read it together and understand it, we are not going to fight on anything. There will be no divide among us. You can have your faith the way you want it. The faith will be single.
You've already spoken a bit about it, but I want you to emphasize a little more. A deeper understanding of religious tolerance is important at a time like this, especially when you have cases of people taking the laws into their hands and killing people for blasphemy, alleged blasphemy in some cases. In 1 minute, if you can, preach to our viewers on why it is important and how it can ensure that we live together peacefully.
Yeah, you see, people privatize religion. They turn God to their own. It is not allowed. God belongs to everyone. You can come from the north, the west, the south, or the east. You are coming to the center, and the center will hold, and that center is God. So when you know that faith is private, and anybody else, faith does not say you should take laws into your hand. Faith says you should judge the person according to what he or she has done. You are not the one to judge. In every community, there's an organization. In that organization, there are leaders. Within the hierarchy of the leaders, there is a court. Take anybody that does anything to God. Anything that is contrary to what you believe in. You don't have to take laws to yourself. You have to give it to them to judge you or judge the person that errs. Then religion is about you correcting people. No one knows what is going to happen tomorrow. And if anything happens, you should go back to the Quran and the Hadith. The Holy Prophet Muhammad said, I will leave two things for you. You will never go astray when you abide strictly with his teachings. What is the first one? The Quran. And the second one is the Hadith. So if you know the Hadith very well, and you know the Quran very well, you are not going to take laws in your hand and kill somebody on blasphemy.
Sheikh Abdurrahman Adangba, thank you very much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you so much. God bless you.